What up, praise y'all? It's been a minute. Hold on, it's been a minute since I did something, so I wanted to go ahead and jump on and do a live. I'm at work. Live from the 9 to 5. All that means is I'm at work. I'm trying to get these streams in, so I'll pull up this chat window, see what's up with y'all. I got a question for y'all because I've been thinking about this lately. I've been blessed to be able to try a few different types of, samplers in my day. I'm sure a lot of you out there have tried many different samplers, so it's a question I want to pose is, if at all, do you feel like more creative on one sampler versus, more than any other sampler? Let me know y'all can hear me in the chat, but what's good, DJ Rec? What's happening? Yeah, we got answers already. My favorite machine to work on is my MPC 3000 LE. That's dope, man. I've never had the pleasure of using the 3000 LE. Kind of little, I think, hard to come by as far as like just being the used market is super expensive, and I didn't really grow up in that time period, or I don't know, maybe one day it'll happen. For me, at this point, it's easier to come across like newer gear, just having certain connects, but I can use my, yeah, see, that's one thing cool that you bring that up, man, because what I've been feeling like lately is that I feel most creative on the SP, and I was going to title the stream that I feel most creative on the SP more than any other machine. And the thing is about it also, as of like this month, I've been wanting to like explore sampling more. I feel like I always began this whole thing like with sampling, but then I feel like I've been on a hiatus because I've been trying to learn how to play keys as well, and I've always desired to do that. I don't think early on I really cared about copyrights or anything. I wasn't really thinking about that as far as sampling, but maybe as somewhere in my mind I'm kind of thinking that, but it's also been a desire of mine to learn how to compose my own stuff. So I spent a lot of time doing that, but I'm trying to kind of bring it back to sampling, so this month I'm kind of using I'm trying to dig into the vinyl more so than being bogged down by gear acquisition syndrome. So I've kind of just shifted my energy of my gas towards records. I've been buying records. Yesterday I just went on Amazon and I bought like a storage thing, and then I've also bought like the dividers. I wanna organize my records in a certain way that I'm using the organization in a creative way. So I'm thinking that I'm not gonna do it alphabetically. I don't have a huge collection. Few of you do. Like I put that poll out earlier. Some of y'all have thousands of records and all that. I probably have maybe like 100. I haven't counted them, but I have a stack probably like this from front to back, just like leaning on the wall. So I was in need of some storage for it, but then I want to organize it. I think I'm gonna set it up like drums and like solo instruments, or maybe by type of instrument, just so I can. There goes that. I was supposed to play that in the back. I thought it looked cool. Let's see. I'll bring it up though. Always forget to do something. I just thought the background would look cool. I'm just playing my playlist of songs that I've recorded so far. But yeah, what Kenny Lupins, what's up? That's a dope name. School hit the button. What's good, Columbus, Ohio? Always repping Columbus, Ohio. That's what's up, man. That's cool. You got some pride from your hometown and all that. But yeah, just here on my little 30-minute lunch break. I got about 20 minutes. I just wanted to have a conversation about this. But yeah, my point was in this question though is I feel like I like sampling on this more than any other machine. It's not that I've used many other machines, but even versus the MPC, which is such a, it's known for sampling, is probably the most popular drum machine sampler out there. But with these, maybe even, I don't know, I can't compare it to older MPCs. I started on the 1000, and I've recently, like within the last year, I ended up buying another one and seeing how kind of, I think, slow the workflow is in certain areas compared to the newer MPCs, but even compared to like the new MPCs that are super powerful, I feel like I'm more creative with the SP, and I enjoy sampling a lot more because I think it's a lot more immediate. Like there's where in the MPC it might take 3 or 4 steps to do something, on the SP it takes like 1 to 2, and that for me is more enjoyable because for me a lot of the sampling thing and making music and coming up with ideas is about sound selection. So I can record a sample to a pad very quickly and then delete it very quickly if I don't want to use that sound. I can load up samples, I can pitch them and like start to put them together a lot quicker than on the MPC. Like even if I wanted to delete a sample off a pad on the MPC, either I'm going into like the program edit, highlighting it and then twisting a knob and stuff. And it sounds stupid to be like complaining about that. I'm not necessarily complaining, but just like in contrast to this, delete pad and it's gone. Or I can load up a new sound. And then also the pitching thing, there's ways of going about it, I think. With the MPC, like with Q links and stuff, like you can adjust levels. But you do you have to memorize that a bit because you don't have a visual of it. So with this, like everything is immediate. You know, if I want to go into the pitch screen, boom, and then I'm pitching and I'm adjusting volumes and stuff. And pretty much those are the main 2 things when it comes to sound selection for me: the pitch, volume, creating a drum kit, and like contrast with like a loop or something. If I sample something off of vinyl and I'm playing around with the drums and I don't like it, I could delete it right quick, just drop the needle and then go listen to something else. So let's see, we got a few more of y'all come on. Weevic 42 was good. Standalone world for sure, man. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. I sound a little low. Okay. Do my drums in comparison to my voice? Does my sampler, my sound like a lot louder? Ableton is my joint. Kenny Lupins, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm more about standalone world. I've never vibed with Ableton. I've wanted to. For me, like I always said that I got ads over here. Shoot. For me, like I kind of always wanted to try out the push, and now would probably be the time. But then I would go push 3 if I could get my hands on push 3. Then I would try it. But then I would be off of. I wouldn't be trying to move into using the software. MPCX Rough and Red was good. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, I tried an X for the first time like last year, the XSE. It was enjoyable. But for me, I would probably have all the samplers if I had like a real cool space. I don't have a dedicated space for my stuff. I just have a corner in my apartment in the living room. If I did, I would probably have a bunch of samplers and have their own little stations and stuff. But in my situation, I had to, if I'm using, like right now I have an MPC SP, I have an MPC Key 37, but I gotta move them off or replace it, and you know, that piece becomes my centerpiece. What was my point there? Yeah, the X is awesome. Dedicated Q links, like a lot of the stuff that I was kind of just saying right now about not being as immediate on the MPC, the X kind of solves that with the Q links and the LEDs. So, but for my lifestyle, more portable stuff just works a lot better having an SP with battery power like the Live. So I think ultimately I always come back to that, you know. So I think I'll always come back to the Live too, unless they come out with something even smaller and more portable. Then I'll probably do that. Sounds like I'm in a courtroom. For real. I'm in a conference room, so I guess that's kind of close. MPC Touch, that's what's up. And those are built pretty solid. I seen one for the first time in like the used gear over at Guitar Center like a few months back. Used to own 13 crates of records. Oh, that's crazy. Friday night beat making. Mostly conversation. I'm just here to have a nice little conversation. I haven't streamed or made a video in a while, so I feel like I was about to do. And I'm feeling good today. Like I actually slept pretty good last night. Haven't been lately too much. Just getting up, taking the kids to school, and then either I come home and I go back to bed and I sleep the morning away, and some part of the afternoon, which I hate, or I stay up and because I want to be productive. So these ads, man. I need to subscribe to Premium YouTube, huh? So I just not have the ads in the back. But yeah, this is what I was thinking yesterday. Yesterday I was tired. I probably had 3 hours of sleep, so it was kind of miserable. But I stayed up. Sometimes I'll just stay up because I want to get productive and like I want to sit in my studio and listen to some records, work out some samples, or like a video idea. But I'll end up just kind of being paralyzed with lack of motivation because I've missed out on sleep. So SP blows older MPCs out the water, sampling just too slow. Yeah, man, and like I'm saying right now, I like this. Although the sampling is more limited than the MPCs today, it's just more immediate to me, and just coming up with ideas is a lot more fun on this. I wish they could do something like I do hope that MPC mini rumor that people were talking about might come to fruition, and that it's something that's kind of rivaling this, where you have maybe you don't have a touchscreen but you have power of the MPC, because this already proves that you can have quite a bit of power, right? And the fact that just like having not necessarily basic, but like simple functions can still be simple and powerful. Like you have chopping, the sequencing, the sampling, a waveform. I just like the fact that I can chop an endpoint, a start point, and an endpoint. From here, that's just that. It's so simple in itself. And just my preference versus chopping with Q links, and having Q links like this on the side, it to me is weird compared to just like maybe if they with like an MPC mini they took the knobs and put them underneath the screen, and then you could chop underneath or above. I would go underneath maybe, because when you're above, I mean, you can kind of do like this. It doesn't really matter. I do videos, so it's like it kind of blocks off what you're doing on the screen. But below or above, I think is better, because this is the start, this is the end. You know what I mean? Makes sense in like a left to right kind of, like you're reading a book kind of thing. You know what I mean? Shoot, my battery's going quick on this. We'd love to try it at 4.4, just never pick one up. I would be a good combo with Ableton too, because you could always just use this to sample and use it as a plug-in with the software app. We'll hit the button. No sample sound. What do you mean? Ableton always felt backwards to me, and I'm left-handed. No, I never understood the clips thing, because I came from using like Logic and Pro Tools, and you're looking at it like a linear thing with multiple tracks, and then Ableton, it's just like these little what do you call them, clips or whatever, and they would just, to me, I didn't understand that. Like, I haven't tried. I visited a couple times. I was like, I don't get this. Rough and Red got an MPC X at 4,000 right now. Always wanted to try that 4,000. Back in like my MPC 1,000 days, I think, because I think back then I always still wanted something super powerful that I could just do from one machine, stand alone. So ultimately, this is where I've come back to. I've always kind of wanted to. 4,000 taking up mad space. Yeah, I bet that thing is it's a pretty big machine, isn't it? Let's go hit the button. I appreciate that. Hit the likes. go pick up a sample pack. I got a few of them in the description. Go get the Lifted Noise Stoley Sound sample pack. You can grab that for free if you want, or drop $1 or something. If you scroll down a little bit more in the description, there's a couple other digital products. And the digital products, they have the vinyl one-shot instrument drum pack. It's kind of like the Lifted Noise Stoley, and then you get drums and you get one-shots, and you get key groups for the MPC, so they work with the chromatic wheel in here. And then I have a $7 pack of just vinyl drums, like one-shot kicks, snares, hats, percussion, and some fills and stuff. So go check that out. Support the channel. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Tomorrow is organizing my record collection, which isn't that big compared to a lot of you out there. I've been back and forth with the vinyl though. Like I remember years, probably 10 plus years ago, I came up on a Goodwill, and you know how outside sometimes at these Goodwills they'll have like donation drop-offs that are not in the building, and there was like 3 boxes of really dope records outside, and I went inside and I asked the lady, I was like, are those, one of those records going to be brought in, like priced and all that? And she said to me, technically they don't belong to anybody while they're sitting out there. And so she was just like hooking it up pretty much in a way. She's like, yeah, you can go ahead and take them. So I was like, oh, right. And I had a truck at the time, so I took every single box, put it in the back of my truck. And I had a lot of great records there. A lot of soul and funk and jazz and stuff. And I ended up, that was before I ended up moving away to go to school in Sacramento. So I ended up just getting rid of most of that stuff. I sold it to a local shop, and I didn't have a collection for a while. So I've been up back and forth. Like I wish I didn't get rid of that stash though. That was so long ago. So I'm starting to build it up again a little bit. Just getting geeked out for that, you know, trying not to think about gear. And the reason, like, to me, it doesn't, like, there's gear that I still look at it. Like I've been like, especially yesterday. Especially like a day like yesterday where I was just like super tired. So I stayed up because I wanted to be productive. I probably had an opportunity to go back to sleep, but I wanted to be productive. So I ended up being this like in between stage of sleep and being awake and productive enough to actually do something. So rather than that, put all my energy into like looking at gear. I'm like needlessly looking at MIDI controllers that I could pair with the SP and like FL Studio Mobile, because I've just been on that mind state. I want to use FL Mobile with SP and stuff. And so there's a few things I'm looking at. Like I want a Sonicware, not a Sonicware, although the XT looks cool, the new sampler. I mean, it looks kind of cool. I don't really care too much, but what I was looking really at was the Yamaha Seek Track, just for the fact that it's like this little, I don't even like care about the sequencer or any of that, just the sounds that are in it. It's like a baby motif, like literally with a built-in battery. You can plug keyboard controllers. I bet you I could plug the SP and control the Seek Track from that, and that would be super cool just to have sounds available. So that's something I keep going back and forth on. Like eventually I'll probably grab one. But there's a few different things. Like I have and the reason why I'm trying to like keep myself on the gas is it's not even about the money at this point. Like I could get any of this stuff, you know, probably no problem. But to me, it's more about not wasting my money, but wasting my time, and like that time that I could use to actually like build a skill, like a sampling skill. So that's why I'm trying to focus on that, so I can improve my abilities on sampling and just coming up with ideas that way. Because sampling is just such a dope art form that I love. I've just been kind of sleeping on it, and I've also been sleeping on my songwriting stuff for years as I've been trying to learn how to make beats in order to inspire my own raps and stuff. So kind of bringing that all back, you know, bringing these samples back, and just start writing some songs along with the samples and chopping stuff and just coming up. So I just want to explore different techniques and stuff. And so the idea with the organization of the records too, as I want to kind of look at this library of records as as like session musicians. You know what I mean? Like instrument, like session musicians. So that's why I want to like put drums in a section of drums, because I've got a few drum records, and maybe I'll buy some more breaks, some of those break records. And then I have like this is how I used to always sample more stuff, is looking for records that are like solo instruments. Like you can tell, you just look at a record and see, okay, this is like a flute record. And there was one series called like Music Minus One years ago when I was on my MPC 1000. I would grab those. I came across those. I love those because I wish I still had this stuff now, but I remember making like a instrument program out of these violin samples that I found on a record, and I just took these sustained notes like from different parts on it and built an instrument. And that was kind of the foundation, I think, for the idea of the name Lifted Noise, was to build these vinyl sample based instruments. And I did that back on the 1000, before the 1000 even had JJOS, where he implemented instrument programs. So I forget how I figured that out. Like, I think I had a MIDI controller connected, and I could see which key was triggering what pad. And so I would put a sample on a pad and just pitch them manually, you know? So if I put the same sample on this pad, this one and this one, then this would be like, say that was C. I would pitch this pad up 1, and then pitch this pad up 2, pitch this pad up 3, and so on. And so that was fun for me. So I was kind of like, I went from the sampling records thing to quickly into sampling when I figured I could sample notes and create my own programs, to I can still keep this vibe and play and like be able to compose stuff. So and then I think I just led to using virtual instruments and stuff. But yeah, I'm geeked out about the organizing the samples. Tomorrow it should be coming in the mail, and looking at it like session musicians. So I want to organize it like that, because it's been a while too. Like, the main way that I sample, I feel like I said this in the stream, I feel like I lazily sample stuff. I feel like I'm a lazy sampler, and I don't want to be stuck to sampling in one way, where usually it's just grab a loop and then chop it into pieces that you like, and then rearrange those pieces. So, and I know people have done this, what I think most people call like collage, like sampling, you know? And I did this for a little bit when I first started doing it, when I got my MPC 500. And I think I was just sampling a ton of records, and I would just sample stuff that I like. I would just spend time sampling stuff and then saving them into folders. I might have done that on most of the sampling on my 1000. Then I ended up, I don't know if I got rid of that. Then I ended up just with a 500. And that led me to like use my ears a lot more. So the way that it was set up, like I would just go into these folders on my 500 and load up different stuff from different records in different folders, and then have them matching and stuff. So, and I remember that period of my life. It was a little small period where I was doing that. I think I was smoking a lot of weed too at that time. I don't smoke like that, but I think I've had little periods in my life where I do. I think that's when I just quit my job, when I was right before I was going to go to school, right before I was going to go to music school. So I just had my 500s, weed, and a bunch of record samples and stuff. And, so I just remember that being some of the dopest stuff that I was making that never ended up being anything that I finished. But that was a real cool way of creating stuff, just collages and triggering different samples from different records. That was a lot of fun. So I want to try that again. And so that's where the organization of the records, I'm going to lay it out in a way to make that easy. So, and explore that. Yeah, I gotta find. There's a shop I went to. There's like one shop where I live at, and I went. I ain't been in there probably in like a decade. It's the same shop that I sold all those records I was telling y'all about that I found at the Goodwill. So I ain't been there in like 10 years or something, or more maybe. But I went back the other day. I didn't end up buying anything. Because versus just going, there's an element to like going to like thrift shops too. I like just the hunt and the discovery of finding something that like it feels special to find something in a thrift shop that's good because there's hardly anything good. So I didn't end up buying because everything was like plus $6-7, but they do have some dollar bins that I just didn't bother because I saw them at the end. I was like, all right, well I got to get out of here. But I think I might go back and check out the dollar bins. But I found a Salvation Army that on Mondays they do Media Mondays and they're selling. They got a lot of records, but a lot of it just on the surface level just doesn't look great. But I did get like 20 records for like $5 because it's 4 records for $1 on Mondays. So I might hit that back up. You know, I have found some gem of samples within a few of those records, so it's still kind of worth it, and it's fun. So yeah, master the one sampler you like best is my opinion. Yeah, so I don't know. I just have a lot more fun on this, and I can't decide between an MPC and the SP. I think what I'm settling on my process is this is my idea machine. This is where I sample. This is where I come up with maybe some melodies, some lyrics and stuff, and then it goes over to the MPC to finish recording and mixing down. Since I'm not like interested in going to the DAW and recording that way. I just don't want to do that anymore. So I think the MPC is powerful enough where I can treat the MPC like my DAW and just have this be where I start things, MPC is where I finish things. So that seems to be the natural progression because most of my songs that I've recorded on the MPC have been started here. Watch that gas almost got me yesterday looking at new interfaces for no reason. Yeah, so you doing that's what it is, looking at stuff for no reason. I'm like looking at MIDI controllers yesterday and today, looking for a reason as to why this would be beneficial for me. And I had to look pretty hard, just back and forth, and then tell myself, nah, I don't need that. Like that doesn't supply an extra benefit for me. Like I've been using chromatic mode inside the SP to play stuff, like even one shots in here, but also like I've got it connected to like FL Studio Mobile, and I'm looking at these other MIDI controllers, like does this have a scale mode, and I'm like, no, I mean that doesn't really offer any more than this does, so like, what's the point? I actually do think having a MIDI controller plugged into an SP can actually open it up and make like the sequencer a lot easier if you just trigger samples from your keyboard controller. Hold up, I'm gonna be right back. Key 37 is dope, man. I've just been on the pad based ones lately. I think since 4.04 dropped for the SP, I was doing like exploring that whole update for a minute. Because I was super excited they added the one feature that I wanted. And so yeah, I don't know. It's the reason I put the Key 37 up. It's because I don't have, like I was saying earlier, I don't have much room. I wish I could just have it sitting out on its own dedicated spot. I bet I could figure out something. But as far as like having like cameras set up so I can do streams with all this stuff seamlessly without having to put it up, without worrying, because I got little kids, you know, so I can't necessarily, since I'm in the living room, I can't just leave my stuff out or like put the keyboard propped up against the wall or something because it might get damaged. But the Key 37 is dope, man. It's like any of the MPC, super capable. You can make full tracks on it. Like, I recommend any MPC as your standalone sole piece, centerpiece, sole piece, no other piece needed to get full tracks done. Like, it's crazy. Like there's nothing really superior to finishing tracks away from a computer than an MPC today. So, and yeah, I mean, it's nice compact size, having the keys there. I was learning how to play different scales and stuff with it when I had it out. I guess I'm just kind of indecisive on what it is I want to focus on a lot of the time, because, you know, like, I want to sample with this thing. I want to write songs. I want to finger drum, play keys, you know. So that's a lot of different things to try to focus on. Like, if I was gonna pick one thing to just focus on and get really good at, if I had to pick out of all that, it would just be the songwriting and performing kind of thing. So it's tough. It's tough to decide and spend all your time on everything. So yeah, I'm about to wrap it up. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all coming up in here. We've been live for about 30 minutes. But if y'all could, I don't know, not many people have answered the question. I mean, DJ Rex said his favorite machine was a 3000. You know, Kenny, you said Ableton. But like, if you really ask the question, do you ever evaluate, like, yo, I feel like this is the most fun, I feel the most creative or the most productive, or like, when I sit down on this machine, I end up actually finishing this beat because I feel so good about the way that it feels. Like, so if you just drop it in for the replay, maybe drop it in the comments. Do you feel more creative on a certain machine? For me, it really is the SP right now. Not even right now. I look back to even when I had the 404A. Most songs that I've written, and I've really just started like finishing songs up, but stuff, not necessarily most stuff that I've written and like finished and recorded, but most of the stuff that has compelled me to write lyrics has been made on the SP404A or on the Mark II to begin with. So I'm taking that seriously. This is an idea machine. I think that's what they're calling the Seek track. I wonder. So maybe I want to get that Seek track eventually. You'll probably see me with it, and to use it in like as a great like portable addition to this for like sounds. I'll probably get it because I love Yamaha sounds. I feel like they have the best sounds from my experience of using like Roland and Korg. I just like Yamaha stuff. So yeah, maybe I'll try to sequence her out, do like a live stream at some point. I think I might just pass on I'm probably gonna pass on the, what you would call it. I wonder if I'm gonna get demonetized for the ads that are monetized on videos for my own videos. I don't even know what's playing back there, but I don't think it's my videos anymore. I had a playlist of all my songs going. I had like 6 songs, and they're like less than 3-minute songs. So that was probably over a minute ago. It's like 12 minutes worth of music or something. What was I saying though? I'm probably gonna pass on the Digitag. I've always wanted to try a Digitag. Probably pass on the Digitag too. I would like to get my hands on Kenny. I would like to get my hands on Push 3, but Zounds doesn't have one. I need to reach out. Maybe they'll get one, but they don't have them in stock for some reason. Not even that they're not in stock. They're not even like available for like pre-order on Zounds for some reason. I feel like there was another machine too. No, there aren't that many samplers out there that are, I don't know, super intriguing to me. Like I've tried Machine Plus. I don't think I would. If Native Instruments puts out like a new machine, I'd probably want to try that. If they made like a micro with a battery in it, that'd be interesting. I don't know. Oh, see, use the keyboard. What do you mean? Like use the QWERTY keyboard to make beats or what? Oh yeah, but hey, my chat phone, this phone over here is gonna die. So like I said, I'm gonna wrap it up. Peace, everyone. Thanks for kicking it with me on a Friday night over here when I'm at work. I'm on lunch. Appreciate y'all. If you think of it, come back and drop it in the comments. All right, yeah, I'm gonna lose my mic right here, but yeah, drop it in the comments. Peace.